Hello everyone, it's my pleasure having you once again on this segment on newspaper review here in First Nest News Port Harcourt. A very happy new year. I am Kings Ojalo. This is the time where I will be taking you through all newspaper headlines in the country. Sit back, relax while I put you through. Now, we're going straight to the Vanguard newspaper. On the Vanguard newspaper, we have First Bank successfully completes 500 billion naira capital rise. We also have Atiku, Obi, Khan, PDP, ACF, MBF, chart ways forward for Nigeria. You find that in page 5 of the Vanguard newspaper. We also have Bodija explosion, 30 billion naira FG funds intact, 20 billion naira balance withheld. That is coming from the Oyo State Governor, Seyi Makinde. Now let's move to the Matrix newspaper. On the Matrix newspaper, we have Nigeria passengers, Barbados, departure linked to immigration issues, not air peace misconduct. That is coming from NCAA. We also have a New Year message. Tinubu declares 2026 as start of stronger economic growth phase. You find that in page 3 of the Matrix newspaper. Tinted glass permit. Police suspend enforcement after court order. That is in page 9 of the Matrix newspaper. Now, boldly written on the Matrix newspaper, U.S. lawmaker raises alarm over fresh ISIS threats in Nigeria. We also have Plateau Governor Motfwag finally dumped PDP, set to pick APC card Friday. You find that in page 3 of the Matrix newspaper. We also have ADC divided over Obi's reported registration in Enugu. You find that in page 3 of the Matrix newspaper. We also have Oba's son adopted as government invade Kwara Palace. You find that in page 2 of the Matrix newspaper. Now let's move to the Guardian newspaper. On the Guardian newspaper, Keyamu Abdullahi bakers over Obi's defections, ADC chances. You find that in page 3 of the Guardian newspaper. We also have Oyo accounts for federal government 30 billion Bodija explosion aid, says 20 billion withheld. That is in page 27 of the Guardian newspaper. Motfwag exit leave PDP with 4 governors as Bala fingers Wike in party problem. You find that in page 3 of the Guardian newspaper. Now, boldly written on the Guardian, a year to test policies, shape politics, measure performance. Now, moving ahead, police suspend tinted glass enforcement after court order. That is in page 7 as well of the Guardian newspaper. National Assembly to release certified Taxby Ahmed Gezati discrepancy claims. You find that in page 6 of the Guardian newspaper. Opposition Brown's 2025 year of hardship or change in 2027. That is in page 6 of the Guardian newspaper. Northeast to float regional airline commits 30 billion naira on 2 aircraft. You find that in page 29. Now coming to Rivers State. Rivers, Wike Fubara rift deepens as party mobilize support for 2027. Find that in page 29 as well of the Guardian newspaper. Now moving to the Punch newspaper. On the Punch newspaper, First Bank successfully complete 500 billion capital rise. Now boldly written, banks bad loan spike after CBN withdraws forbearance. You find that in page 19 at the Punch newspaper. Still in the Punch newspaper, bandit launch New Year Eve attack in Plateau, Ondo, Kwara. You find that in page 29 of the Punch newspaper. Bodija, 30 billion naira federal government funds still untouched. Makinde tells Fayose. You find that in page 10. Wike, Bauchi governor lock horns over terrorist financial claims. You find that in page 10 of the Punch newspaper. Now moving to the Nigeria Tribune. On the Nigeria Tribune, we have gunmen attack Ondo community, set police station ablaze, adopts monarch in Kwara. That is in page 29. New Year Day sermon, Akpabo withdrawal all defamation suits. You find that in page 2 of the Nigeria Tribune. Plateau governor resigns from PDP, picks APC membership card today. You find that in page 5 of the Nigeria Tribune. Boldly written on the Nigeria Tribune, Bodija explosion, 30 billion naira federal government funds remains unspent, 20 billion naira balance withheld or your government. Now, men to watch in 2026, Tinubu, Obi, Atiku continue battle of wits. That is in page 22 of the Nigeria Tribune. We also have police place enforcement of tinted glass permits in hold. You find that in page 3 of the Nigeria Tribune. We also have terrorists kill 9 in Plateau community in New Year's Eve. That is in page 29 of the Nigeria Tribune. Controversial Tax Act. NAS reveals process of transmission of bill. That is in page 4 of the Nigeria Tribune. Accident. Anthony Joshua driver in custody. Ogun Police. That is in page 29 of the Nigeria Tribune. Now let's go to the Voice of Liberty. On the Voice of Liberty, we have 2026 NLC's demand new minimum wage. We also have reforms. Bank kick off 10% withholding tax on forest deposits. Now, boldly written, Tinubu unveils 2026 growth drive, pledge to empower 1,000 Nigerians per ward. Now, we also have Plateau Governor Motfag resigns from PDP. Still on that newspaper platform, tax laws, NAS open record, promises certified copies to address discrepancies. Now, we have Israel coming to help Biafra. They must be stopped. Gumi wants. Now, on the first daily newspaper, ADC crisis, Obi face pushback as faction rejects his defection. Now, still on the first daily newspaper, political firestorm. Bala blames Wike for Bauchi crisis, slams Tinubu camp as Wike hits back. Now, we also have Lagos APC back Tinubu reforms, says President Wood bow to blackmail. Keyamu accuses Atiku of using Obi for political gain. Now we also have Akpabio withdraws defamation suit against Natasha after cleric intervention. Now we also have Tinubu promises growth, lower inflation, improve security in 2026. Now we have Ebonyi acquires 3 aircraft, move to launch state airline. Still on the first daily, bandit kills 7 in fresh Plateau community attack. Now moving to the next newspaper platform, which is this day newspaper. Netanyahu, Israel working on agenda to support persecuted Christians in Nigeria. We also have boldly written, FG of this 2026 economic growth agenda set to prioritize jobs, investment. That is in page 6 of this day newspaper. 2026 are year to consolidation, renewed resilience, and shared prosperity. That's coming from President Bala and Tinubu. Now let's go to the Daily Monitor. On the Daily Monitor, I will leave Obi corner if he accepts to be someone's VP. That is coming from Pat Otomi. That's in page 4 of the Daily Monitor. We also have police suspend enforcement of tinted glass permits policy over court order. You also find that in page 4 of the Daily Monitor. Atiku slams Tinubu government over economic insecurity. You find that in page 6 of the Daily Monitor. Still on the Daily Monitor, Akpabio withdraw all defamation suit after praise Simon. You find that in page 5 of the Daily Monitor. We also have boldly written on the Daily Monitor, Wike Muhammad in war of words over Bauchi government official case with EFCC. Still on the Daily Monitor, Tinubu pledge robust economic growth, prosperity in 2026. Now moving to the Daily Independent. On the Daily Independent, set target infrastructure, agri power in both 2026 capital market resets. Plateau Governor formally resigns from PDP 14 days after joining APC. Still on the Daily Independent, reforms, FX liquidity, capital flows may define 2026 experts. Now we also have 2026 must break the cycle of pain, PDP tell federal government. You find that in page 7 as well. Atiku asks Nigeria to remain steadfast in face of hardship. You find that in page 29. Police soft pedal on tinted glass permit enforcement. You find that in page 6 of the Daily Independence. Tinubu administration turning national challenges into opportunity. You find that in page 6 of the Daily Independent. Now, on the Daily Independent, can to federal government end insecurity, ease hardship, restore displaced community. That is all we have on this segment on newspaper review here on First Next News. A happy, prosperous New Year once again, and many thanks for being with us. I am King Sojalo. It's a bye for now.